Hello, and welcome back to my Let's Play of the Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. Library car. All this stuff's getting heavy. I'll dump what I don't need. Everyone's favorite journalist reporter, Amy Rose, is hot on the scoop. I'm headed out. You've been fabulously helpful. Already? Before you go, Espio and I wanted to give you your presents. My presents? You're both too sweet, thank you. Vector, it seems we have more guests. Amy, there you are. Want to join us in finding clues? Flattered, but at the pace you two are going, Sonic's murderer will never get found. Oh, she's confident. She must have something up her sleeve. This tip is just too juicy to ignore. I'll see you all around. Don't worry. Sonic, I'll be the one to avenge you, and quick. But how are you going to leave? The door to the next car is locked. Oh, you doubt? The birthday girl. The birthday girl has a master key. Right. The birthday girl gets the birthday key. Of course, it's the birthday privilege. I'll solve this case before anyone else. Bye! Amy may be hasty, but she's thorough. Now what are you two doing? Looking mighty suspicious, I say. I'm the detective, so I can't be the murderer. And I'm the butler. Where's my butler choice? I'm here to ask if anyone's hungry. Starved, I'd kill for a chicken parmesan right about now. Maybe killing isn't the right language to use right now. I'm Vector the Butcher. I'm licensed to handle raw meat. And I'm Espio the Poet. Poetry, a resonant message from a poet to reader, meant to challenge our delicate perspectives with the most rhythmic of prose. Can I hear some? Sure, Teardrops in the spring, can you hear me sing? La 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 dee 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 dee. Was that it? I have more if you like. Cherry blossoms in the spring. I'm satisfied for now, thanks. At least he's rhyming, I suppose. Yithmavig and I are here to establish both of your alibis. Can you walk us through what happened after Amy had everyone leave the dining car? Oh sure, it's simple. We just explained this to Amy, actually. When we were all sent off, Rogue, Blaze, Shadow, and Sonic all passed through this library car, where Amy told me and Espio to stay. I promptly picked a book off the shelf and made myself comfortable. Vector got bored, so he left to see what Knuckles was up to in the saloon car. Yep. Where was Rogue? We happened to see her lipstick stain on a cup at the salon car. Rogue came over to the library car, seemingly looking for something. Then she went to search the salon car. She came back shortly after. We heard her shout, "No way!" at the brochure stand over there. But she left back to the casino car before Shadow came through and locked the door. I wonder what she found. She's obviously been on the hunt for something. After Rogue left, Shadow walked through the casino car, then entered the library car and locked the door behind him. More importantly, why has Shadow been locking doors? Shadow walked through the library car to the salon car, where Knuckles and I were playing games. He insisted on showing us up at Super Monkey Ball. I got so engrossed by the rolling monkey action I hardly noticed when Shadow left the salon car. I guess he walked through the library car to the casino car again, locking the door behind him. Then returned to the lounge car where he was meant to be stationed. When Vector came back, we realized Knuckle locked the door to the saloon car. We were stuck in the library car. That's when the train sped up. We were worried about the bookshelves falling on us, but we got through it okay. We sat trapped here until Amy arrived asking questions. She's the one who told us someone murdered Sonic. And yeah, that's all that happened. With all these locked doors, it seems Vector or Espio couldn't have left the library car or the saloon car. Thank you both for your cooperations. We're just gonna peek around and we'll return with any questions. If you return with any meat, I'll chop it up for you. And if you'd like to be serenaded with a poem, I got you covered too. Thanks. Their alibi seems solid enough, but we should still search for clues. What we're looking for is any evidence that proves what they're saying is true. We need to confirm Vector's reason for leaving his post and determine if Espio was actually in the library car reading. A tall task, but we can do it. Let's get to the bottom of this, Tails. Absolutely. Oh, brochures. There are travel destination ideas here like amusement parks, cavern, hotels, or restaurants. Oh. Yithmavig, look at this. There's a couple maps here. This seems to be a map of the library car. The books are categorized by genre, which are listed here. I love a good overhead map. Let's take it. Library map is added to your inventory. We should take this brochure about a cave too. Look, there's stalactites. Nah, leave it. Oh, haha, yeah, that's fair. Nobody shares my fondness for caves. Inspect the map. Hang in there. A KO hanging precariously from a tree branch. The large text below reads, "Hang in there." Wow, I really needed to see this. This little KO hanging there, refusing to use his wings to fly to safety, because choosing the hard way is often the most rewarding. That's beautiful. If this KO can stick to his principles and find strength, then I can too. There's no way there was that much thought put into this poster, right? So many books on the ground. I wish we had time to pick them all up. I sadly have no interest in picking up these books. A lot of these were knocked out by the train speeding up. But Rogue pulled a lot of these out too, searching for something. What reckless behavior. I feel sorry for the poor books. The spines are creasing. They're opening too far. This kid feels empathy for everything. Something's always hidden in the trash. Let's check there. I hate to say it, but there's actually nothing here. I really thought there'd be something there. Yithmavig, are you sad there's nothing in the trash bin? No, I'm alright. I'm sure there's be something hidden in the next trash bin we find. You really think so? Yeah, we just gotta stay optimistic. Yeah, okay, these trash bins hide a secret. I'm sure of it. Yithmavig, you're pretty unconventional, but I like that. Was that supposed to be a compliment? A globe of our marvelous planet. I haven't traveled around much. The islands are fun and all, but I'd love to visit some of the other countries. They're a lot of fun, honestly. Plenty of wonderful people and shops. The food can't be beat either. Sounds perfect for a vacation. The conductor was talking about Spagonia, if you've ever been there. I have, actually. If you're ever visiting, be sure to stop at the university and say hi to Professor Pickle. He'll tell you everything about the area and make one scrumptious sandwich. I'll keep that in mind. Thanks. This group knows everyone and has been everywhere, haven't they? What's this bright red book? Oh yuck, this reeks of the evil scientist Dr. Eggman. Yep, this is Dr. Eggman's autobiography and recipe book. What kind of recipes? Who cares? I wouldn't trust any book he's written. It's weird this is even in here. Maybe people just appreciate an omelet. You may not be wrong. Let's take a pause and sit here for a second. These chairs are very comfy, so plush. Puts me right in the mood to read. Makes me want to take a nap, personally. In fact, maybe I'll rest my eyes a bit. Yithmavik, no, don't fall asleep. There's been a murder, remember? If I had a ring for every time a murder ruined my nap time. Oh, poor thing, that arm is really struggling cleaning up this car. To be fair, I wouldn't want to clean up all this mess either. Let's just leave it alone to do its thing. Yeah, probably for the best. Whoa, I wish I could stop and look at all these books, but Sonic needs me, no time to rest. Okay, let's move on then. Well, I mean, a little peek wouldn't hurt. He's scavenging through all the book titles excitedly. He's like a kid in a candy shop, or in this case, a genius in a trained library. That's odd. I know some books have fallen on the floor and everything, but every book on these shelves is in alphabetical order, but this one. The Mirage Express Manual. It's the user guide to the Mirage Express, the train we're currently on. Do you think someone found it on the ground and put it back? Maybe, but it is interesting. Let's make a note of this. Mirage Express Manual is added to your inventory. Fancy a poem? How about a poem about trains? Locomotive in motion, I think I lost my lotion. The window shows the ocean. Oh wait, there's my lotion. Thanks. I actually really like that one. Huh? Start interrogation. I don't think we have enough evidence. Okay. Can I get a poem about space? I've made it up to space with my beloved antique vase, but a mistake in my haste dropped the vase from my embrace, so my antique must now be replaced. What caused you to drop the vase? Don't read too deeply, it's just a poem. He hasn't thought it through, has he? Very well. Shadow supposedly walked through the library car before going into the saloon car. When Shadow left the library car, he locked this door on his way out. There's got to be a reason he's doing this. Should we make note of it? Yeah, I do believe we should. Shadow's lock is added to your inventory. I think we found enough clues. Let's go interrogate him. So the two of you don't believe us, eh? It's not that I don't trust either of you, but I wouldn't be a proper detective without examining the validity of your alibis. Yithmavik and I are here to confirm two things. Why Vector left to go play some games with Knuckles, and if Espio really was reading in the library car. Vector, we'll start with you. Why did you leave the library car to visit Knuckles? We're prepared to present evidence if needed. Oh, that's easy. I got bored. What? I wasn't entertaining him enough, it seems. Vector enjoys being social. Plus, we were instructed to mingle. I remembered the arcade machine in the saloon car, so I figured I'd go check it out. This seems to line up with the information we gathered with Knuckles. Then that brings our attention to you, Espio. Rogue entered the library card, found something, then left. You said you immediately started reading, but were you actually reading the entire time you were in the library car? Of course he was. Once Espio starts reading, he doesn't stop till he's done. I've seen it happen. It must have been a good read. What was the book? Espio doesn't owe you that, detective. Let the man live. What if it was embarrassing? What kind of thing do you think I read? If you won't talk, I have a hunch on what that book might be. Yithmavik, could you help me out? What book do we think Espio may have been reading? Well, there's only one book, so I guess it's this one. A manual? You think Espio is reading instructions? What argument could you possibly have to support this? Got it. These books are scattered around the floor, sure, but the remaining books on the shelf were all in alphabetical order. I'll accept this manual, meaning someone, at the very least, picked the manual up and put it back in the incorrect place. This lack of attention to detail isn't normally like you, Espio. Hey now, I won't have you insulting my pal like... Calm down, Vector. I know you mean well, but I can handle myself. Apologies. A butler and a poet. Friendship can form anywhere. That is indeed the book I was reading. The Mirage Express manual. Trains are cool. In that case, we'd like to ask you a few questions about the manual. Yithmavik, if you don't mind? Could you ask Espio some questions about the manual? Just flip to a page and ask away. Oh, I see. Quiz Espio about the manual to prove he read it. Which page should I quiz him on? Page 362. Actually, let's go page 14. Okay, what efficient and extremely accurate technology was installed to assist in keeping this train spotless? Robotic arms during events that can perform a variety of tasks and are responsible for cleaning up trash and messes afterwards. I remember the conductor saying the train can clean itself. Though I have a feeling the train company just didn't want to hire any janitors. The robotic arms can also detect weapons or explosives being brought onto the train, ensuring passenger safety. Seems like Espio aced the question. Yithmavik, hit him with another one. 231. What is the Mirage Express cancellation policy? No refunds and you will be charged a no-show fee. This does not apply if you are over the age of 65. The person who made this rule must have been over 65. Last one, Yithmavik. Let's see. Page 402. What was implemented to support the conductor's duties and ease general train obligations? An intelligent data processing system. It works in tandem with the conductor to ensure smooth travel for the guests. The train has an autopilot, but it can't access its full suite of capabilities without the conductor present. Now, did I pass your little test? Yes. Totally, it's wild you were able to retain all this information so quickly. A poet's brain is often surprising. I don't know if I'd be bragging about that. You've clearly read the manuals. Those answers feel far too specific to be guesses. And you both had the nerve to question my buddy like that. Don't we want to be supporting folks who read? You have to admit though, reading the entire time a murder occurs does sound a bit suspicious, even if true. But he answered all of my questions so calmly, that's very impressive. No, I understand everyone's cautious attitudes. Vector was the only one to see me reading. After all, my alibi is hard to substantiate despite being the truth. Well, you definitely read through the manual, so I suppose we can... Espio, is that true? Vector was the only one to see you reading? Yes, that's correct. Problem? Frankly, I don't believe that can be true, and we have evidence to back it up. Yithmavig? He always puts me on the spot. Okay, I think we should have a piece of evidence linked to someone who also saw Espio reading, but what? Is it the map? That's my guess. Not sure that's right. Shadow's lock? Shadow's lock? We're up, Yithmavig. Let's get our argument together. I was thinking more rogue, but... Well, I didn't mean to hit those spikes, but we still made it by one coin or ring. Shadow walked through the library car to get to the salon car where he set the original high score on the arcade machine. Yeah, but I ended up beating it. It wasn't the high score long. Crocs are natural gamers. Espio said he saw Shadow enter the library card, but he mentioned nothing about Shadow's return. He only mentioned that Vector came back. When Shadow left Knuckles and Vector in the salon car, Espio was fully seated reading his book for a good while at this point. We know Shadow had to walk back through the library card when he left the salon car. So there's absolutely no way Shadow and Espio didn't notice one another on Shadow's return trip. I mean, it was a simple slip-up. I was just fully immersed in my book that I didn't notice Shadow. You're telling me the sound of doors opening and locking wouldn't have caused you to look up? Well, you see, I can sense Espio's desperation here. Defending the argument that he was reading the entire time isn't easy. So if you didn't see Shadow returning from the saloon car to lock all the doors, then at that moment, were you really in the library car at all? But how would Espio leave? Shadow locked all the doors and no one saw Espio in the salon car. Saloon car. It's a mystery, my dear Yithmavig, one that I would love for Espio to solve. You gotta believe me. That cool demeanor is vanishing. I was so involved with my book I didn't notice Shadow pass back through the library car. Honest. When Vector returned, he even had to tap me on the shoulder to get my attention. Yeah, I think I remember doing that. I must avenge my friend's death, so I'll ask you again. If you weren't there for Shadow to see you reading, then how did you leave the library car? I didn't. Why doesn't this seem right to me? Tails definitely feels he's on to something, but I don't see it. Was Espio simply sitting reading, or did he somehow vanish to not notice Shadow's return to the library car? What should I do? Join Tails. No, I can't interrupt Tails while he's on to something. I'll let him continue this line of questioning and... It's reminding me. Protect the passengers on board this train. They must be taken care of. If you fail, the lawsuits will be torturous. Don't allow such an old, feeble soul to get sued. I I have to make sure our guests are taken care of. I have to speak up. Tails. We have a piece of evidence that can answer all of our problems. Alright, my fellow associate, lay it on me. What piece of evidence shows Shadow and Espio couldn't have seen one another? The map. Now let's get my thoughts in order. Okay. Got it. The library map? Oh, I see. See, the exits are right across from one another, a straight path. If Shadow walked down the straight path, there's a way Espio and Shadow couldn't have seen one another. Looks like you'll have to point out where exactly on the map you mean. Where could Espio have been for Shadow to not see him? There? Interesting. That's where I was sitting, reading my book. I can second this. When I returned from the salon car, Espio was in the same spot. That confirms it then. You see, Shadow and Espio couldn't have seen one another from the spot, because the bookcase is in the way. There's no way Shadow could have seen Espio or vice versa. It makes a lot of sense why you never mentioned Shadow's return. There's just no way you would have seen him. I apologize for losing my cool back there. I felt like I was grasping despite telling the truth. But I'm glad you all believe me now. Your alibi isn't the most airtight, but I have no further points. Thank you both for answering all our questions. We did it! Another pair of alibis validated. Too many locked doors to worry about, but I'm glad everyone straightened itself out in the end. Well, I'm gonna crash here for a bit. These chairs are so comfy. Likewise, I could use a breather. Sadly, our work isn't done. I have plenty of questions for Rogue, and especially Shadow. Oh, it seems the door to the next car is open. Amy must have kept it open when she passed through earlier. That's our cue to leave. See you later, Vector and Espio. Give 'em heck, and if you need any meat chopped up, say the word. I'll keep my poetry sharp for you both. A murderer is on the loose while doors keep getting locked. Tick-tock, tick-tock goes the clock while our heroes are in the caboose. At this point, I'm feeling pretty confident in our detective abilities. We're really doing this. Let's see what's next. Coming. Are you sure you don't want to stay and look at all the great books? A little longer? Just a little bit. The mystery calls. Okay, the investigation continues. Thank you for joining us on another epic gaming adventure. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of the games we play, leave a comment down below and let us know which ones are your favorites. Thanks for gaming with us, and we'll see you in the next video. And don't forget to hit subscribe. Bye!